Hello, everyone. It is I, and this is going to be sort of my first ever really off the cuff, sort of private conversation video here, and I am joined by none other than Mr. Sly Cooper 88, aka Steve.
Hello, everyone.
And
Yeah.
we don't really have a set topic for this particular video, so if you're watching this video expecting to hear like the answer to all nonlinear equations, or if you're trying to find the secret behind all existence in the universe, or you're trying to figure out how pigs fly, or why there are crop circles, or any other ridiculous stuff like that, then you're not going to find it here.
But you forgot to you kind of did leave out one thing though, Ian, and that is the mystery of, does Chuck Norris's beard hide another fist? That will also not be answered.
I had a feeling you would resort to using a Chuck Norris joke.
Hey, when in doubt, go for Chuck Norris. When in doubt of anything else, go for a Doc Savage joke.
I wonder what the backlash would be if Chuck Norris actually shaved that thing. Oh wait, never mind, he already has.
Yeah. If you've seen Chuck Norris unshaven, he just no. No.
Ugh. I remember, I saw him on those Total Gym commercials. He has like just a little bitty sort of Western cowboy mustache going on there.
Yes, but his mustache will not be nearly as epic as Tom Selleck's Magnum PI mustache. That is a mustache that cannot be replaced.
That I can agree with 110%. But the only thing more awesome than that is Ron Jeremy dressed up as Mario. On fire!
Oh, God. No, you just made me think of Mario porn. No. No, see, now I'm getting this weird, fucked up visual. Like Ron Jeremy as Mario, Jenna Jameson as Princess Peach, and then fucking that little tiny midget guy that, well, I think his name was like Vern something, the guy that played Mini-Me from Austin Powers, playing Toad.
No, wait. Let me think. Who would play Bowser? Wait, don't tell me. Don't give me any names now. Oh, dude, I know who would play Bowser. You know the guy who played that fat mayor from the Toxic Avenger?
Yeah, what about him?
That insanely fat guy with the mustache, Pat Ryan. He could be Bowser.
I was gonna say Paul Bear from the old WWE days, but yeah, that guy works too.
And he could be like, and instead of he could wear like a big turtle shell with spikes all over it. He could be completely butt naked, painted the way that Bowser's like colored.
Oh, freaking! That's a good way to start the conversation off. Talk about Mario porn. What's next? We dive into the historical significance of Flesh Gordon meets the Cosmic Cheerleaders.
I was actually gonna say that the way that Bowser would shoot fireballs would be if his
I don't want to hear that, because I already know where you're going with that. And it's the same way. And it's the same way if Ron Jeremy as Mario found one of the freaking fire flowers. I don't want to think about that. I can just see it now. You know, Ron Jeremy doing pelvic thrusts, and freaking his wing dang duelist shooting fireballs.
I wonder how he would. I wonder how. You know, with those big pipes that look like the warp zones kind of look like?
I'm going to regret asking this, but yes, what about them?
Well, maybe instead of jumping down them, Ron's mouth can just like extend ginormously, and he gains like the ability to fly from like stretching his mouth all the way over the gigantic penis-shaped warp zone.
Yeah, I knew I was going to regret asking that. I was actually going to say that literally he basically skyrockets by putting his butt cheeks on the dildo shaped version of those,
Or
and
that.
starts flying around like rocket ass style.
How would they do Yoshi?
I don't even want to get into the bestiality elements. I think we've already.
It could be I think Yoshi could just be a guy in a suit, and then the porno. You know what? That actually reminds me. I believe there was a Mario porn movie made. I believe it was called like Super Hornio Brothers or something like that. I know that for a fact because the Cinema Snob did a review of it. Like he always does reviews of like countless porn parody movies and shit like that. It's pretty funny.
The Legend of Zelia, the orgasm of time, or something like that.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. I was trying to go for a clever like porn title for Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and failed. All right, leave me alone.
Maybe
Dong Raider.
Wait. Mass Effect.
Wait, why are we even thinking of porn titles?
Because it's
I just
funny.
don't realize that.
Because it's funny. Maybe instead of Mass Effect, it could be like Mass Erect or Mass Erection, or I don't know.
Mass Erect. All right. I don't know. You know,
Ooh,
there are many. I start to kind of ponder. You know what? Speaking of pervertedness, you know what I actually would love to actually see at some point in like an animated cartoon or like kind of a mature like teenish type cartoon or something. I want to see an exact duplicate of that scene from that one comic featuring Plastic Man, where like Wonder Woman's at a peace summit, and he basically shaped himself into a dress. And I just want to see that one iconic shot of her choking the shit out of him. Like all you see is just O'Brien's head sticking out of there, all cartoony and Looney Tunes-esque, and Diana with her hands wrapped around his neck, just choking him like Bart Simpson. But then I started to ponder something. What if at the Hall of Doom everybody was like throwing a frickin' like I'm trying to think of what are those kinds of parties called? Like where everybody just gets along and just gets shit faced drunk. I can just picture it now. Literally Brainiac, who is like a machine, just apparently sits there, and apparently he's like the uncool like nerdy hipster type villain. He's just sitting there. He goes, "Why do you all fight me? You must not fight me, for all will become shit-faced with Brainiac," or something like that.
No, wait. I got it. What if Metallo? What if he takes like a little bitty chunk out of his kryptonite heart, and he finds somebody, like he finds Heatwave. He finds Heatwave, and he makes Heatwave sort of melt the kryptonite into like little bitty powder, and everybody would sniff it. What would happen to everybody?
Well, if you read Superman, Batman, Public Enemies on human people after long exposure of kryptonite, they pretty much will either A, morph into monsters, B, contract the same ability that Lex Luthor did of not being able to think straight and kiss somebody like Amanda Waller, or C, all of the above. Good God, I'm sorry. That is a disturbing scene from the comics. It's like, out of everybody, Lex, why is Amanda Waller the woman that you kiss on your kryptonite roid rage?
Well, since
But
you
like,
list all,
why? Like, literally, I'm sorry, but Lex Luthor, I think the minute that his saliva touched hers, he got diabetes.
I think
I'm convinced that he got diabetes.
since you listed all those things, I imagine that would be one hell of a party.
I can picture it now. Lex Luthor goes up to Cersei. All of a sudden, you look from like Lexo Vision, and it's just like 1,000 Amanda Wallers, but it's like every female supervillain in the entire DCU, just as like a joke. Just like, ugh.
Yeah, and then Gigante decides to use Dr. Sivana as a vibrator, making him vibrate using one of Brainiac's gadgets or something.
I would say Professor Zoom, but then again, he would probably rip her snatch in half.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do not know.
Speaking of turning into monsters, that reminds me. I was thinking of something that if you're. This doesn't have to be a question that you could answer, Steve, but if any of your household pets could actually transform into like anthropomorphic badass superhero or supervillain type characters, what would they be?
Dang, you're going to bring in the superhero aspect. I thought you were going to mention the fact of, oh, what if they anthropomorphically like transformed into like a really really hot like humanoid like female. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, let's see, cat girl, maybe perhaps a fox. I don't know. My mind's wandering into the gutter right now, but I. If they could turn into a superhero, it's like, that's one that I don't easily actually have an answer for. But in terms of a supervillain, I don't really know. I don't really know how that would exactly work, at least in my mind. Really do not know.
Because I was thinking that my really big cat Robert, he could since he has something of since he's the only male cat that I have, I was thinking of if maybe if it turns out that Robert was actually an alien from Titan, the moon on Saturn, and he was the brother of Thanos, and he tried to get laid by all the other female cats or something. See what I'm referencing there, don't you?
I'm going to kill you. We do not mention that fuckwad in my presence. He is not a real comic book character, and I was so glad when She-Hulk beat the shit out of him. Good God. I thought Stiltman was a bad character. I thought even fucking Humpty Dumpty was bad. And I'm not talking about the Batman villain. I'm talking about fucking MODOK, for those of you who are listening to this for the first time and have never actually gotten to know me as a person. I fucking hate MODOK with a passion.
Steve is going to absolutely dread the day that I actually make a supervillain video about MODOK.
The day you do a supervillain video about MODOK, I will literally have a gun pointed to my own head. Like, I'm sorry, it's just MODOK is not threatening to me. Lily, I could kick him in the face and he'd tip over like a fucking cow. It's amazing that Ian, that wheelchair is able to support the sheer weight of his massive ego in more than one way, of course. And plus, he looks like Humpty Dumpty. It's like, what happens if MODOK's wheelchair snaps and breaks? All the king's horses and all the king's men ain't gonna put him the fuck back together. And trust me, Baron Zemo's tried. He failed.
That reminds me of like when you put in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you get to like read this little digital comic thing they have in the game, and it's funny what Taskmaster says to him. It's like Taskmaster and MODOK get into a fight, and Taskmaster just says to him, "Well, you better make sure you have a lot of life insurance, Humpty, because I don't think all the king's horses will be able to put you back together when I'm through with you."
Now, there's a supervillain that I will actually love to see you explore.
I'll get to it. Trust me. Taskmaster's pretty badass, if you ask me.
I mean, literally, just looking at Taskmaster, it's like this guy's like the ultimate supervillain in a way because he can copy any character that is within a normal physical limitation. Like he's just as nimble and acrobatic as Daredevil. He's literally got some of the physical attributes of Captain America. He knows he's an expert swordsman. He's got a shield that's very much like Cap's. He's able to use a bow and arrow like Hawkeye.
In a sense, he's kind of like the Amazo android, except he's living. He's not a robot.
And he can't copy people like the Hulk or any other superpowered being, just people with extreme physical abilities.
That would be pretty goddamn ridiculous if he could copy the Hulk.
If he copied Wolverine and claws pop out of his hands, that's when I'm going to sit there and I'm going to punch Joe Quesada. Joe Quesada with his fucking cottonmouth type attitude. We here at Marvel, we just fucking saliva drooling down his mouth. It's like, trust me, anybody that knows me and knows Mount Vernon Kid, we both will one day, we'll fucking tag team him WWE style. We'll fucking spike pile drive him and then hit him with the Dudley Boys 3D. Then afterwards, we're gonna fucking go old school and hit him with the Doomsday device right off the fucking rooftop of the Marvel building. Fucking hate Joe Quesada. Hate that dude with a passion. This dude created Azrael. He created one of Batman's more awesome supporting characters. That's what kills me. It's like how do you get a guy that just
to make you feel a little better, all he did was draw Azrael. He didn't actually have a hand in the character and its origins.
Literally, this is a guy. He just looks like a douche. He really does. I get Joe Quesada. I get that as editor-in-chief, he really wanted to create something special and unique and good, and I like that. But, yeah, maybe he should have taken a back seat rather than trying to advance his career and look like a dumbass in the process.
I think Stan Lee should have just jumped out and say, "Hey there, true believers," and right after that, he just does a sure you can on Joe Quesada's bottom jaw and just knocks his bottom jaw all the way to fucking Jupiter.
No. See, now what? No. You know what I think needs to happen? I think here's what I want. Even though it's probably the most uncivilized manner of events, Captain America should jump out of the comic book, fucking punch Joe Quesada the same way he hit Hitler in his first appearance in comic books ever. Then afterwards, I want Captain America to take just a great all-American dump on Joe Quesada's face. Then Tony Stark will be sitting there drunk as shit, vomit all over Joe Quesada. Then right afterwards, just add insult to injury, and why not? Just fucking kill MODOK's electric chair and just have him fall the fuck right on Joe Quesada. Just squash him. Just have him sit there right on top of Joe Quesada. Like he's just and then right after that, I want to literally see the Hulk drop from outer fucking space through the atmosphere of the planet, all the while burning while he's fucking falling into Earth's atmosphere. And then I just want to see the Hulk fucking crash into the Marvel building. And it just boom, it's like a fucking demolition explosion. Just bah, like fucking something from Dragon Ball Z or some shit. Like you just see the building just annihilate. And then when all the smoke clears, when all the dust settles, I actually, the Hulk's just going to be standing there right over Joe Quesada, instead of puny human. I just wanted to look and go, stupid editor in chief, make Hulk look stupid. Hulk not like looking stupid.
I have an even better idea on how Joe Quesada should get his. See, what should happen is that Spider-Man should come out and like shoot 2 gigantic balls of web into his eyes, and then he should strap his hands and feet to like the walls, and then he should pull his pants down, use his webs to stretch his asshole and his rectum far out. No, I'm not done here. Then Hawkeye needs to shoot like a special kind of arrow that extends to like 40 feet. Shoot it all the way through his asshole. Then it comes all the way out of his mouth. And then, when that happens, inside of Joe Quesada's body, these little spikes will come out of like all the way through his arms and legs. And then it'll look like it'll look like Sector's Scarecrow fatality from the new Mortal Kombat game, where he's got like these spikes, these big spikes and pins going through his body, and then Wolverine will come up and slice his body into pieces, so it just looks like a big fleshy scarecrow with like separated pieces all around it. And wow.
Okay. I'm still stuck on Spider-Man separating his ass cheeks and Hawkeye shooting a dildo-tipped arrow into there.
It wasn't a dildo. It was like an arrow that extends like 40 feet, and it goes like all the way out through his mouth. And then when the center of the arrow inside of Joe Quesada's body will like stick out these 4 like extra spikes that go through his arms and feet, and it looks like the Scarecrow fatality from that Sector does in the new Mortal Kombat game. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's just the way you described it that was cracking me up.
I can't believe I came up with that whole scenario in my head. Wow.
I shouldn't laugh, but at the same time, it's funny.
If the real Joe Quesada ever watches this, consider yourself warned. Do not underestimate the rage and hatred of an obsessive comic book fanboy.
He's not gonna watch this. And even if he does, he's gonna make a press conference saying, "We here at Marvel." It's in there. Good God, was just with this fucking cum dribbled hairstyle. Hey Joe, guess what? You're not fucking Super Saiyan. Comb your hair down. What the fuck? I know when I roll out of bed in the morning, my hair's sticking all up like I'm fucking Goku, but come on now. I can actually pull it off.
You have no real Super Saiyan.
Defeating a sandwich only makes it tastier.
I'll be back. Faggot.
I swear that Dragon Ball P like parody always cracks me up. You know what though? I wish that Ping Fang Foom part that you were saying could have been there at the very end. Like they could have made reference to that. That's just to me, it's hysterical. Ping Fang Foom. Oh yeah, when you collect. Oh yeah, you may collect all the Dragon Balls, but I'm gonna be the one that brings your ass back.
Actually, the reason why I said that is because there was this one guy who said that if you can compare all the freaking supervillain characters you talked about to like characters from Dragon Ball Z or something, and what would you compare them to? I'm like, oh, that's kind of a weird question. So I'm just like, okay, I reckon. Oh wait, I got it. This was on the Fin Fang Foom video, and be like, okay, you got all the Dragon Balls, and I'm gonna be the one who brings you back to life. Make a wish, because you have to collect 9 of my balls.
I wish that the actual dragon could say that in the series. And that was always the point. It's like, you know, most people are ignorant to that, but I always like jokingly say the ignorant stuff. Like, why the fuck is the dragon always losing his balls? Why are they being shot all over the world?
I have no fucking idea. All I know is that there are like a million fanboys who just obsess and they get crazy over that show, man. It's fucking
It's not just
ridiculous.
Dragon Ball, it's just like Bleach and Naruto and all these other shows.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous. It's like,
you know, it's one of those moments where I kind of have to feel like a hypocrite because I criticize these people, Ian, yet at the same time, I'm hyper obsessive with comic books. Bit of an entendre there, if you think about it.
well, I think the major thing I can safely say that separates us is that, well, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be willing to actually kill and commit. I wouldn't actually be willing to kill people over an argument over a certain comic book character like most hardcore anime fans would be over a character like fucking Ichigo or Naruto or whoever the fuck else is a star of like a big anime series.
Well, the way I look at it, here's the way I look at it. If someone came at me because I basically said that Sasuke is not the end-all be-all and anime fangirls try to fight me, I'm going to hurl my fat ass through the air like Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I'm going to take the dragon sword, and then you're literally going to have nice little meaty bits of sushi flying everywhere. And while I'm doing this, just for comedic effect, Ian, I'm going to be sitting there with the defense diaper and a ninja mask, all while saying, "I choppy choppy," or
I have no idea what you were saying right there, but I kind of cut the video off because Steve's voice was doing that weird robot thing. I didn't realize until a lot later that I should probably cut the video.
Wait, what?
The video's recording now, dude.
Oh, I was sitting there for a second, I'm like, what the hell are you, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, oh. No, I don't know what it is, but for those of you who actually, before I took it down, watched my trailer analysis vid with PM Night, for some odd reason, at random moments, my mic will make my voice sound robotic and synthetic, and it's really kind of creepy because I sound like a cat being fucked by Darth Vader, mixed with like a little bit of like demonic Brainiac or some shit. Like, oh, well, I'll never forget. Probably the funny part is that everybody kept saying, "No, dude, you sound like Darth Vader." I'm like, okay. Then it's like, I'll never forget that one time you just randomly asked me to say, "I am Ultron," and you were like, "God, that's creepy." And then I just sat there and I thought, ooh, I took it a step further, so I said, "Why are you fighting me? I gave you your powers. Your powers are from my future technology. Do not fight me. All will become one with Brainiac." But then I thought, you know what? It's like, you know what? And then I started to think, if I took over the world, I would sit there, I'd be like, all will become one with Stevie-ack.
Stevie-ack.
all will become one with the mighty Steve. All hail my retardedly syntheticness.
And
Maybe that's a cosmic sign that I'm fake. I don't know why it does that.
And his insanely hairy cat.
My fat cat that I want to paint orange.
I swear, all the man, all the videos I've seen of that cat, that cat is so hairy.
He's a Maine Coon cat. They're known for being lazy. Or not lazy, but that hairy. Well, he is lazy, but still.
Yeah, he looks...
I think what's funny is that nearly every video that I've shot, he's always like sitting down or being lazy. I just find that funny.
Yeah, all the cats I have really short hair.
I'm actually thinking, as part of a video that I actually shot with my camcorder, I may end up reshooting it, but I'm thinking about taking all the latest books that I got and just like actually showcasing all of them, like some of the new ones that have come in. Like that to me just is awesome.
I thought you were gonna say that you were gonna showcase this new underground base that you would store all your comics in. It'd be like that one underground base that old couple had in the original Tremors movie, where they had all those fucking guns and shit. And then when the worms busted through, they were like, "Oh, we gotta get a gun. We gotta shoot those worms." Ah, you know. Are you gonna have?
Okay.
Are you gonna have giant worms busting through your wall, Steve?
I am so deeply confused right now.
Damn it. I'm trying to be random and weird like you, but apparently I'm not succeeding.
You know what's funny is that, we were talking on that Lobo debate video. If you really stop and think about it, much like Lobo, there is no logical reasoning to me. Like literally, I'm in a classification all on my own. It's like, why the fuck does he act so stupid? Like, why is it one minute he has low self-confidence around women, but the other minute he's just sitting there, a mile a minute making passes at them and being a horn dog? It's like, just literally, you turn to Seth, you turn to you turn to anybody, and they just look and they go, it's Steve. That's the only simplistic answer that you can really give it. It's like, it's Steve. There is no logic or purpose to me like Lobo. I'm just there. For some odd reason, I'm thinking of that episode of Superman the Animated Series. I still don't understand what the hell Lobo was saying when Superman hit him. Superman literally hit Lobo so hard that he started speaking gibberish.
I think I saw like a video. I saw a video where there was this. Oh yeah, I saw this video where this guy was trying to translate it, and then what he did is that instead he dubbed over the audio with that one clip from the movie Bubba Hotep where Ozzie Davis is reading to Elvis, Pharaoh gobbles donkey goobers and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, I have to admit.
What was that background just a second ago? Did somebody call you?
No.
Well, I heard somebody yell.
Well, no, that's just my chair. It creaks real bad. Ugh.
Because what? I heard somebody call you.
No.
I don't know. I've had weird moments like that lately where like I keep hearing shit. Like one of the guys that I work with today, I could have swore that he literally said, honest to God, no joke, when I was cleaning the women's bathroom. When I was cleaning the women's bathroom earlier this morning, that I heard him say, McDonald's gives you gifts. I just have random moments like that where like I'll literally be talking to somebody, even you, and if I'm not fully paying attention, I keep hearing shit and my mind assumes The nearest common definition of what's my...
I am Oz.
I have no fucking clue where I am, or even what I'm doing. But I'm gonna pretend that I know what I'm doing, just for the sake of not looking like an even bigger dumbass than I usually am. But no, I swear, like he said, "Oh, I'm acknowledging your presence," but in my mind, it sounded like McDonald's gives you gifts. Speaking of which, I apparently heard the stupidest joke ever told on the planet, or rather, two of them in one day, which mind-boggled me. Apparently, one of the guys I work with, Dave, as he's called, older gentleman. He's known for telling me dirty jokes or like really weird, obscene jokes that make no damn sense. Like the two that came out today, or rather one that he told me about a couple of days ago, was I just made because I'm always making goofy faces at most of my coworkers to try to get them to smile or laugh. And all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere, Ian, and he just out of the blue just blurts out right down the aisle, "Ugh, a talking muffin." I'm like, the fuck did that come from?
Oh, speaking of retarded ass jokes, there's a guy who sent me a message saying, "Hey, here's an awesome versus match for you. Who would win in a fight between Batman and Ozzy Osbourne?" I'm like, wow.
I don't know. If Ozzy can manage to get him in a headlock and try to bite his head off, then Ozzy could get the win. But I foresee Batman, putting like metallic steel on there to break Ozzy's, chip Ozzy's teeth.
Oh wait, and then and he could call like Zombie Randy Rhodes to do like the Crazy Train solo. That would like melt. Then that would like melt Batman's face, Brutal Legend style. Face melter.
That's funny.
And then Ozzy would bite his head off.
Anyway, what was I gonna say now? Oh yeah. No, like freaking. No, but he sat there and I asked him. I said, "Where the hell did that come from?" And he looks at me and he goes, "This is one of the cheaper, more stupider jokes that I know of." He goes, "Okay, two muffins are sitting in an oven. One muffin turns to the other, and he just goes, 'God damn, it's hot in here.' And then the second one just looks at him and goes, 'Ugh, a talking muffin.'" I'm like, "That's it?" He goes, "That's it." I'm like, I had to fight the urge to want to slap the shit out of him. Because that was literally so stupid that you want to slap somebody.
I don't get it.
Just for telling you that.
I don't get it. What's the punchline? What's the joke?
The joke is that basically one muffin is completely shocked and kind of taken aback. Is kind of shocked, taken aback, and scared of another muffin that talks, even though that muffin can talk.
Oh,
yeah, don't try to strain your brain, because that even hurt me. But then he told me one of the many dirty jokes that he actually knows of, which he goes, "Oh, did you hear the news today?" And he got all serious about it too when he said it. He's like, "Oh, did you hear the news?" And I'm like, "What?" It's like a couple of minutes ago, Ellen DeGeneres died. And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, really?" It's like, "Yeah, they found her in Ricky Lake." Now, keep in mind, I was not thinking of the actual words that he was saying. I was too shocked by the fact of him saying, "Oh, Ellen DeGeneres died." I'm like, "What the fuck?" She sounded like she was energetic and happy. He's like, "You know who Ricky Lake is, right?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "She was a talk show host. They found her in Ricky Lake." And then and because he could tell that I had this really confused and perplexed look. And then it dawned on me, oh wait, Ellen DeGeneres is a lesbian. They found her in Ricky Lake. Oh, ha ha.
sorry about that. Steve had to replace his mic because his old one that he was using was making him sound like a member of Skynet, so...
Come with me if you want to live.
Exactly.
Yeah, can you imagine how freaked out Stan Lee would be if, like, the Terminator came back through time to actually save him because he was, like, the great messiah? I don't know, that'd be a little weird.
I would be kind of depressed that Stan Lee would be no longer living in our time period.
Well, then again, the same could be said for Walt Disney, but then again, it's probably a good thing because one alternate future, apparently Walt Disney, apparently he and Adolf Hitler had their heads cryogenically frozen, and then they were riding around as killer robots. So it's probably a good thing. Some people are just meant to die off of this planet, and I have a really huge zit on my chest.
Maybe there's an alternate.
Really fucking hurts.
Maybe there's an alternate dimension where Walt Disney wasn't a racist.
That's one thing that I never really got. It's like Walt Disney made probably one of the most hot-selling like kiddie companies, yet he apparently followed the Hitler Youth, or at least in my opinion, he followed the Hitler Youth. I don't get that.
Well, I mean, it was like a big like corporate businessman that lived during like the 40s, or no, not the 40s, the 20s. So I mean, it'd be kind of hard for any big sort of European immigrant corporate businessman to not be like a part of the Hitler Youth, you know?
I guess that does make sense. But it still, to me, is just a little messed up. It's like the age-old saying that it's like the age-old saying goes, man who stick finger in butt have very smelly finger.
Well, it's no worse than fucking George Lucas, who stated that, pieces of, works of literature and fiction should never be altered to make them more accessible to the readers and viewers of the modern day. They should always view such works of fiction the way they were originally made.
And yet he took his greatest crowning achievement and he's put it in 3D, remade it with CG and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Hypocrite much?
Oh, I think everybody and their mom knows how much of a hypocrite he is. The only question now is like how much further is he going to play this game with his own with these movies?
Well, like literally think about it. You got legions of fans with their lightsabers up his bunghole. I mean, it's just like, I'm still dumbfounded that they were able to get Sam Jackson to do a movie as highly paid as he is. They even got Liam Neeson for a movie. Do you know how hard it is to get Liam Neeson and Sam Jackson? I assure you it is not an easy task.
I'll give him credit. Both Liam Neeson and Sam Jackson are amazing actors, and yet he somehow managed to make them give really bad performances.
And yet Liam Neeson apparently has been picking quite a few bad movies lately. Apparently he's going to play in Battleship, which I still question, how the fuck are you going to take a board game and make it into a movie?
I have no idea.
And by the way, if you haven't seen the trailer spot, to anybody that hasn't, go check it out. Apparently, it's a cheap, B movie alien invasion plot. That's the whole concept of Battleship. It's gonna be like an alien invasion, but that the Navy fleet takes them out first. I'm like, what's next? Pixar does fucking Hungry Hungry Hippos, where every gumball in the entire hippo kingdom's gone. So like the four Hungry Hungry Hippos have to go on a journey to find like a mystic shaman that can magically create the gumballs that will restore the hippo kingdom, so that way they can be fat asses again instead of being skinny. It's like, what the fuck? Is there like no sense of logic to this?
That actually sounds like a pretty authentic synopsis. There may be somebody listening in.
Don't sugarcoat it, bitch. Trust me, it sucks. I am disgusted. They're now going to board games. Monopoly, I can at least understand on a certain level. Because at least that movie will not pass go and not collect $200. But even then, pretty fucked up.
If they're gonna make movies out of board games, they should do like the really epic, super convoluted board games like fucking Dragon Strike and ginormous epic board games like that, or Risk.
I mean, they took Dungeons and Dragons and made it into a video game series.
Or like Dungeon Siege. Oh wait, that's a video game. Never mind. Wizards and Warriors? No, that's a game. There's a whole bunch of really awesome board games they came out with in the 80s. I just can't remember what they were called.
I can picture it now. 2028. Seen it, the movie.
Talking about the video game, Seen It?
Yeah, like the video game, like the video board game, or like the arcade game and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Seen It, the movie.
No, wait. They could have Madden, the movie.
Featuring the ghost of John Madden making a cameo. Now, what this movie is going to be about is that it's going to be about football. And with football, we're going to see a bunch of grown men tackle and fondle each other. Now, and then we're going to go over here, we're going to see the Leprechauns, we're going to see the Lucky Charms, and then we're going to see the Monopoly guy. Ho, 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 ho. He's not going to pass. Is he going to pass go and collect $200? Like, John Madden puts everybody to sleep, and then he starts rambling on about stuff. Like, he'll be talking about fucking Lucky Charms and mix it with a Rent-A-Center and all kinds of bullshit that makes no logical sense. I was like, what the fuck? I thought I didn't stay on topic.
While we're on the subject of video games, I have to confess something. I think the one video game series that's come the near closest to Madden in terms of like repetition. I'm gonna say it. You can all fucking come after me with like torches and pitchforks and like fire axes and wooden stakes and all
Kirby.
That. No, not Kirby. I was actually gonna say Call of Duty.
Yes, of course. Cock in my duty too. Modern haircut.
Yeah, or as Master Chief put it, cock of duty 4, modern gay fuck stupid. The Call of Duty games, I'll give them credit as, when they first started out, they were just kind of like any other generic first-person shooters, but they were well made as far as first-person shooters went. And then Call of Duty 4 came out, and it was refreshing. It was so refreshing because it was a shooter. It had the same quality, the same really awesome quality and production values as the previous Call of Duty games, but it was in the modern day. There was like cell phones and like M16s and like computers and tanks and helicopters and all this really awesome modern shit. But it was done with the Call of Duty style, which was like real fast paced and loud and rambunctious and in your face action movie, Michael Bay, James Cameron shit.
I love how passionate you're getting in describing Call of Duty 4 experience.
Well, it's just you gotta realize, man, when it first came out, it was it was an awesome, refreshing, unique kind of idea for that series. But then they did the exact same fucking thing to Modern Warfare that they did with the previous games. They made like 8 million Modern Warfare like sequels and spin-offs. And right now, the Call of Duty games have fallen into that exact same style of just endless repetition, man.
Hey, it can't be any worse than fucking Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Good God, you go into the add-ons and that's all you see. It's like, I'm sorry, but I think Rock Band and Guitar Hero need to have their own, I don't know, separate listings so that there's actual add-on content that we can go after, not scroll through like 80,000 songs of Rihanna, or like, some rap song about, punching a hoe in like the beanbag or something.
Yeah, see, that actually reminds me, in a game called Rock Band, why do they have songs by like Rihanna and Chris Brown and all this other shit? That is obviously not rock.
And a better question would be,
I mean, what the fuck?
And a better question would be, why do they keep coming out with songs every single day?
I know. It's fucking ridiculous.
I shouldn't have to scroll through about like 20 songs just to find like, say, my, I don't know, Mass Effect 3 DLC that I really want to get. I don't give a shit about, fucking, like I said, sitting there, with like some, with like, I don't want to actually see, like Uncle Grandpa, Dilson with, his new like country rap song, I got probed by them aliens or some shit. I got probed by them aliens. I don't want to hear that song. If I want to hear that song, I'll turn on the fucking radio.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear about Soldier Boy doing the bird dance or some stupid bullshit like that. When I play a game called Rock Band, I expect to hear music that consists of, I don't know, rock?
And when you play a game like Guitar Hero, I don't know, you want to play a guitar solo? You don't want to sit there and be like, watch me rattle, watch me roll, watch me fall off this fucking shit.
But yeah, getting back on the subject of Call of Duty, I'm serious. Like, I played Modern Warfare like a couple of times. You probably may have seen me playing it on Xbox Live. Well, most of those times it was Joseph, but man, there are no changes made to that game's overall gameplay, man. It plays the exact same way as Modern Warfare 2. The exact same way. There is no goddamn innovation. It's ridiculous. How can you release so many games and not even make one subtle tweak to the gameplay? It's outrageous.
Because it's a new setting, new time period, all that stuff, and you know what happens? They eat it up.
Yeah, they eat it up.
There's so many other investments.
They eat it up because of the multiplayer, which stays the exact fucking same throughout every single one of the games. Yeah, the games have decent multiplayer, but I played all the Modern Warfare games, the games that have come out post-Modern Warfare. They all played the exact same multiplayer-wise. There are no changes. I mean, the fact that, you can control a toy car now, or, you can call in like a B-15 and have it drop like a nuclear bomb on this guy's nutsack while he's, dropping a hemorrhoid shit or something. I don't know.
Oh, no, wait, no. But see, it's actually the one thing Yeah, you know, it's actually the two words that nobody wants to hear with Modern Warfare that they want to actually see gone.
What's that?
And those words, Ian, are stopping power.
Oh, I had a feeling you were gonna bring that up. Fucking Seth with his fucking stopping power.
Good God, that is the bane of Seth's existence. He fucking hates Call of Duty, not just because they keep releasing one every single year, every 6 months, but just it's like, you know, goddamn stopping power. It's like, you know, it's like everybody and their grandmother who plays Call of Duty uses stopping power on like one class or another. It's just like, you know, literally, you know, oh, it's like, why bother to play the game? You know, it's like, oh, grandma wants to play Call of Duty. She doesn't have to learn shit. She just has to add stopping power.
Exactly. Oh, and on top. Oh, and I'll bet you remember those mile those mile high clubs. Man, I remember the shit you would say over the Mile High Club achievement.
My eye is twitching, Ian, which is usually a sign that I'm about ready to tear some shit up, like Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes. So I would stop while I am ahead. Remember that video that I actually tried to make that everybody said sucked when I was trying to basically spoof me yelling about fucking, you know, like the Mile High achievements, and I was like trying to do the worm down the hallway.
Yeah.
Everybody, even you were like, that's just bad. It's like, well, you know, I'm not a perfect actor.
Oh yeah, I think the What Man Me trailer proved that.
Oh, you think that's bad? I got another movie trailer coming up that's gonna make it even worse. One that I hope to get around to, and it's gonna be entitled for the horror movie that never will show up. You know, Hardwood. This summer, Mother Nature is striking back against boners.
If I ever,
I can't believe I actually just said that.
if I ever become a film director, I'm gonna adapt that into a movie.
It would be the greatest B movie ever. Oh my God, every tree on Earth has been genetically mutated and now it's trying to kill every dude on Earth that has an erection. And then you know what's going to happen? You know who's going to come in to stop the trees? You know who they're going to bring in you know who they're going to bring in to stop all the trees, and I'm going to bring it round robin here, but they're going to bring in Chuck fucking Norris.
I knew you were going to say Chuck Norris. I thought you were gonna say. No,
even better. You know who's gonna be a sidekick?
Who?
Don Cheadle as Captain Planet. And he's gonna be sitting there and be like, Captain Planet, motherfucker.
I forgot all about that fucking video.
Needless to say, this particular video, just off the cuff, this proves just kind of how utterly bored you and I tend to get most nights here on Skype.
Yeah. I also never get tired of making fun of that one video you did, making fun of Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile.
Oh, good God! When I was spoofing his speech from that bad '90s Street Fighter movie.
I'm gonna get in my boat. I'm gonna go up a river.
Literally, Seth loves that part when I say river because I just extend the R's for like no utter reason. Because I just sit there, because like literally, when you look at John Claude Van Damme, he looks like he's fucking constipated and like he's out of breath when he's saying that speech. I'm going to go upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass and steal his Pepto-Bismol, and then we can all go home while I sit on the toilet.
Of course.
No, wait, no. You know what actually happened? That it's the one part of that scene that they don't actually show Ian that leads to him saying "of course," is that what you don't see on camera if you actually flip it around. Bison was actually chewing on Mentos, the fresh maker. So when he said "of course," the Mentos basically stimulated his brain to come up with a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Well, I mean, stop and think about it. Every Mentos commercial that you've seen, what happens? Every time they chew a Mentos, something brilliant happens. They come up with an idea. I mean, look at Leslie Nielsen in like Wrongfully Accused. He ripped out a toilet and broke a window, and then used it to basically, like plummet down like 20 stories.
Maybe the creators behind Batman Brave and the Bold were chewing on Mentos when they came up for the idea of Batman and Space Ghost.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, that could be true too. That's still one series that kind of pisses me off that they had to end. It's like, why end a show that was so awesome and had so much great potential for introducing obscure DC characters? Like, you could put Space Ghost with not Space Ghost, but Batman with nearly anything. You could have him actually team up with Space Ghost some more. You could have him, like, team up with Mitor or, like, the Herculoids or something. Even Birdman. I mean, for fuck's sake, you could have put Batman in any situation and he would have made it look good. That was the whole purpose of the show. And it's like, for once in a cartoon, Aquaman actually was awesome.
Outrageous.
Outrageous. I don't care what anybody says. John DiMaggio's voice as Aquaman. Fucking win. I mean, I'm sorry. The one part with Aquaman that I always fucking love, that whole, who are you? Are you a man or a Superman? When he's singing to a depowered Captain Atom.
Oh God, that was so bad.
That was fucking awesome. Although I will admit, though, never again do I want to see him in drag as Black Canary.
Yes!
That was just no. And then when he dressed up like Superman, good God, he looked like Elvis. Like, well, what the hell? Where did that come from? It came out of nowhere. Although there were just so many great moments to me in Brave and the Bold. I mean, whether it's, they were doing the throwback to the Silver Age or that they were introducing obscure characters, doing this and that, Brave and the Bold was, like, to me, the perfect comic book show. Like, just period, because it actually pays so much love and homage to why we love superheroes and to how goofy and fantastical they really are. Because it's like, I mean, seriously, they have an episode where, seriously, all of the JLI are fighting. Guy Gardner and Booster Gold step on a chocolate chip cookie. A fucking chocolate chip cookie. All of a sudden, you see John Jones, the Martian Manhunter, lose his shit. Because it was the last chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
Like,
even brought in Mr. Mind.
Yeah, that was a villain that you still to this day are shocked that they brought in.
I know! It's like, wow, that's so awesome. They introduced Mr. Mind.
But you know what actually made Mr. Mind's debut episode even more epic?
turned into that evil, giant, menacing caterpillar thing.
No. The
Oh,
fact that he got beat by baby Batman.
yeah, that too.
Like, that to me, that I was like, even as a baby, Batman was badass. Like, what the hell? And I mean, and if you think about it, they had all the voice cast down. I mean, they got the original voice of Space Ghost. They got the guy that played, Robin from the animated series to do the voice of Hal Jordan. They had like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill voicing the Phantom Stranger and the Spectre.
Yep.
It's just like,
Yeah, it was like,
and Adam West, even Adam West played like Proto, like that giant fucking like Gigantor style like Batman bot.
Not to mention, you had that one episode, Batmite presents Batman's strangest cases, where like it like paid tribute to like all the different sort of interpretations of Batman across other media. Like they had the manga Batman, they had like the Mad magazine, like Batboy and Ruben, and then they had Batman and Robin teaming up with Scooby Doo, just like in the old days.
Yeah, like the What's New Scooby Doo and stuff. But you know what? Literally, that is the one moment where I actually had to love Scooby Doo a lot more. I mean, seriously, that shot of Shaggy punching out the Joker, that is a moment that will never leave. Just for that one fact, like for once, Shaggy actually does kick ass. Like he punched out the Joker the same way Captain America punched out Hitler. There's something so awesome about that.
Yeah, I think they sort of animated it to look exactly like that Captain America cover.
That's what I keep thinking. And then you see Scooby drop kick the Penguin. The only thing that would have made that better for the Penguin, although sadly he died, of course, but it would have been awesome to actually hear Burgess Meredith repraise the Penguin just one more time, as well as like Cesar Romero as the Joker.
Yeah, that would have been great. If either one of those guys had lived long enough, hearing their voices would have been awesome nostalgia.
Yeah, it would have been. Like, it's just, and I think what's great is that they paid so much homage to the 60s Adam West TV show. I mean, for example, the Batman Museum, they actually had the Shakespearean head from the TV show whenever they would go down the bat holes. Like, that to me was just awesome. And then they had, like, the 60s Batmobile in there. Like, you had to kind of look for it. They had, like, the Tumbler from the Nolan movies. That to me was kind of cool when they showed all the different Batmobiles from all the different eras. Like, remember, like, the old, like, 30s or 40s one where it had, like, the bat face on, like, the hood of the car? Like, that, stuff like that to me is cool.
Yeah, and the other cool thing is that it's the Batman that no self-respecting Batman fanboy ever wanted to see. The campy Batman that doesn't take itself too seriously.
And to those people, I politely say, fuck you.
Wow, that was weird.
What?
It's like as soon as you were doing that, just your voice just sort of zoned out. It was like fuck, like it just lowered in volume or something.
That's awesome. And then it reverts back, fuck you.
Yeah, that was funny. Although
I can't wait to actually hear that part.
Yeah, but this video's gonna take a while to upload.
Yeah, I say just actually split it in two.
If I can get away with uploading it in this length, then I'll definitely do that. If not, then
Hey.
Whatever.
Yeah, it'd be less time consuming.
Well, considering I don't plan on using the internet for the rest of tonight, I wouldn't mind it taking like fucking 5 hours to upload this thing.
Hey, we'll see how it works out.
Yep. Although, one thing I gotta ask you, Steve, is that, shit, what was I gonna ask? Damn it,
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Oh, well, actually, real quickly, while we're at the end of this video...
Actually, we're not. Actually, we're still a little bit far from the end.
Oh. Oh, so we still got plenty of time then.
Yeah, we still got a fair amount of time.
Well, I guess something that I want to actually bring up really quick, I guess since on my own channel, nobody likes to answer this question, and as much as I'm sure you don't like opening a can of worms, but me, I like tackling confrontation head on. Now, whether it's trolling or whether it's actually done on purpose, but I myself am actually curious about this. Like, not so much for you, but just from, like, the people that are probably watching this video and, like, beyond. But does my voice come across as really whiny and annoying? Because, like, I've noticed that that's always the common theme of why most people just can't really honestly stand half of my videos is because I just got, like, this robotic, like, Down syndrome-esque type voice, and I don't really understand that. It's like, okay, yes, I admit that I speak in a very monotone type way, but that's just the way that I talk. That's just the way I sound. I'm not... I try to animate myself if I can, but that's just the way my voice has always been. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me trying to take people trolling way too seriously, but I just find it funny that I just find it funny by comparison on a certain level that people are still sending you trolling messages saying that you might as well just do everything because I'm practically useless.
Yeah.
And I just laugh, and I honestly laugh at that because it's like, okay, if I'm so useless, then why does everybody on here, you included, do videos with me, or at least actually, I don't know, try to talk to me? Like, I find a weird conundrum to that. I think what it is that people just look at me as an easy target because I guess I have a bullseye painted on my ass.
Yeah.
Because I find that funny. Because people are like, oh, well, he might as well do lesser knowns because, Steve, sucks at it. Nah, here's the way I look at it. I don't give a damn what you think. I don't give a damn if you like me or if you don't like me. I don't care if you want to check out my channel or not. If you come at me in a very respectful way, I will be respectful back. You want to be disrespectful, I'll be disrespectful right back. But I'm not going to sit here and tolerate, people sitting there saying that I don't deserve half of the credibility that I do because it's like, you know what?
If it wasn't for Steve, then I wouldn't be making videos in the first place.
And on top of that, it's like, I did Lesser Known But Awesome Heroes as something, I don't know, fun to do. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I make no profit off of any of the Lesser Known But Awesome Heroes that I do. I do Lesser Known But Awesome Heroes the same way that Ian does Supervillains Explored. We do it because we love comic books, because we love the characters enough that we're like, hey, there's some pretty obscure ones that nobody really talks about or may not know about. Maybe we should talk about these characters. And the general consensus thus far, especially with people like, Juggernaut 44 or other characters, even characters like I keep referring to them as characters, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, I'm sure. People like Poet Skinny, people like, Juggernaut 44.
Hey, it's sort of like, hey, just to let you know, it's getting pretty close to the end here, so.
Well, I guess to wrap it up is that basically, I do my videos the same way that Ian does, just because, we want to spread our comic book knowledge in a very positive way for people that really want to get into comics, but also, we just help expand the community no more than, like, the anime people do.
Yeah, we want to spread our love for all these characters and all of these sources to the casual fans who know nothing. So, in a sense, we're just doing what Deanna, pop culture diva herself, would say. We would share our fudge.
Really? You're going to end the video on that?
You're damn right I am. And